Hello there, folks. Welcome back. You're watching UKSG Red 2023, coming to you from the Leonardo Hotel in Glasgow, raising money for Crisis. We have our next run coming up right now. Sonic R with CDRomatron. Take it away.
Welcome, 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 one and all. My name is CDRomatron, also known as Mike, and with me I have the one, the only.
Hello!
We've got Argic with us. He's going to be joining us as we're going through Sonic R.
Oh, yes.
This is going to be a fun little adventure. It's been a little while since I've been showing this off in a marathon. It's always a really fun run. We're going to be doing everything there is in the game, except the UB. We're leaving the UB at home.
The UB at home.
And yeah, we're just going to be hopping right into the run.
Oh, yes! I am sorry in advance. Yes! They've just given us lyrics to the last song in the game.
All right, so this run's probably going to be a fun one for all the ones in the crowd. The music's great in this game. We'll be describing what's going on, but there's plenty of time to do that in this run. We're going to be doing each course twice. So we will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
All right, so first things first, we're going to put the elephant in the room to rest here. Why are you playing on PS2?
I own it.
Fair.
So we're playing as Knuckles here. Knuckles is pretty convenient just because he has a glide ability. The glide ability allows us to get around pretty easily. There's a drift button in this game. Apparently a lot of people weren't aware that that was a button. It makes the game a lot more bearable. The first thing we're going to be doing is just making sure we collect plenty of rings. I'm going to be going for a really safe ring around the first few laps here. Because in 100% we are not only needing to collect the 5 Sonic tokens available in every single level, we are also needing to collect the Chaos Emeralds, which there is only 1 in this level, but 2 in every level going forth. All of those are, well, most of those are hid behind these ring gates. You'll see we just passed one on our left there. So we just need to make sure we pick up plenty of rings. Now we can continue on if we do not get first with the Sonic tokens. However, we do need to keep staying first to obtain the Chaos Emeralds. So we're just taking a quick few laps around lap 1 and 2. Now being careful as we're going around lap 3 to basically pick up everything that we did not.
Yeah, you've got enough rings at this point here, just where you can go through every single ring gate. You can go even over this area. The reason we're playing in snow is because the lake here is frozen, and you can run across that. Otherwise, you're going for a swim, and that's really, really slow, and we don't want to see that. So there's your Chaos Emerald. But as CDRomatron just said there, if you didn't finish first, the game jinxes you and debates you and goes, you got no Chaos Emeralds, and then throws them away from you. But there we go. And the fun thing now...
Now we've got the rematch, so 100% includes any percent. So we've got to redo this race now. Because we obtained all the Sonic tokens, we have a chance to unlock a secret character. In this case, it is Metal Sonic, and we just need to beat Metal Sonic in a race. Now we have no more things to obtain. We are done with the things. We just need to go fast. So you'll be seeing the fastest any percent route as we're going around here. It's pretty much just what we're seeing on the first 2 laps, minus what I was doing to go out the way with some rings. So yeah, feel free just to jam out, and if there's anything you'd like to read during this time, now would be a good time.
Thank you very much indeed. We would like to just remind you, you're raising money for Crisis. $3,210 so far. Please keep those donations coming in. We've done a fantastic job this weekend. Hope everybody has been enjoying the runs. And yes, we will keep Supersonic racing.
So as Ark mentioned before, there's a few settings we set up prior to the run. One was the permanent weather effect for snow, which is customizable in pretty much everything but the Dreamcast version of it originally, or just like the Saturn version. There's a few other things we did. We turned down the CPU difficulty and turned off the catch-up mechanic. Up here, we're going to be doing just an RTA time save to pause and retire there. That saves us having to watch the outro cutscene from the race. That means we get to keep the Emerald.
There's a catch-up mechanic?
There is indeed a catch-up mechanic.
I've been playing this game wrong the entire time. And you taught me the speedrun as well.
Apparently I didn't teach you well enough.
No, I've been playing with the catch-up mechanic. I've always wondered why some of these races have been close.
So coming up to our next level, Radical City, we're going to be going completely all around the place. These levels are huge mazes if you do not already know where you're going. And as a result, sometimes it's faster for us to go backwards in some cases, go the slower routes sometimes to pick up coins, leave things for other laps. This one is a pretty long first lap because there's quite a lot that we need to get done and quite a few rings that we need to get to ready our doors. We need 20 rings just there because we've got a door just here, which has our first emerald hidden behind it. We then have this barricade here. You can just jump over the barricade. You can just jump over the barricade. Ring there. We're going to go backwards up here. The game is going to complain. That's okay. Get that token that's on that rooftop. And we're going to be heading down to the pinball table.
Ooh, speedy up.
Cool.
No, not good. The one time you don't want speed
Didn't
up.
want the speedy up. So that kind of emblem mark is a random item. It is usually something along the lines of you're aiming for it to be rings. You can be granted up like 20 rings at once for the emblem. However, you can also get shields, a bubble shield, which allows you to walk on water, which is absolutely useless in this because there is no water, it's just snow. We missed that coin there, but we can grab it in another lap. We're still in our first lap here. So there's a few more rings that I'm wanting to pick up for the emerald. So we'll probably grab the emerald itself on the final lap. I'm just going to spend some time here picking up as many rings as we can.
See if we get lucky here. 5 rings. The one you do want to see from that one, outside of like obviously the bigger ring counts there, you can get a lightning shield. And the lightning shield is nice.
The lightning shield is indeed very nice. It pretty much means all the rings on the stage are going to magnetize towards you. You do get a slight speed increase for all the ring quantity that you have. So we want to be staying at a higher ring quantity when we can. However, there's a few points where we'll be purposely losing some rings, or, well, more or less spending rings on things like boost pads. So coming up on the final lap here, we're just going to be taking this upper route here as there's an emerald. I'm going to take this a little slower and a little safe, because if I run off this ledge, there we go. I did not want to run off that ledge and not have that emerald.
No, you need to, you want to make sure you grab the emeralds, because if at any point in time you miss any of these power-ups, you are basically restarting the race pretty much, especially when you're on your last lap. And then it's even worse if it's a Chaos Emerald and you think, I can do it, and you finish in second. Because you're like, that's a minute and a half time loss. Ah, here's Curse Incarnate. Yay, we love this guy.
So here we have everyone's nightmare, the tail stall. I don't know who wanted this here, but so we're finding it in Radical Highway. We're once again taking a pretty quick route around here. There's not too much that's going to be going on for the game. There is the 4 characters we initially started with. We're going with Knuckles primarily because of his glide mechanic, and the rest of the mechanics from the rest of the characters aren't that useful in comparison. Sonic's not too much faster, and he's only got a double jump. Tails has a little bit of flight, but it's not quite anything compared to Knuckles' glide. And then you've also got the Amy, who's in a car. And Ark, can you describe how Amy's car is, please? That's a pretty accurate recreation of what the car does.
It's very slow.
It is very slow.
It is like, if you can speedrun this game as Amy, good on you. Because, yeah, she's not fast.
So for collecting all the things in this game, it is collecting all of the 7 Chaos Emeralds, as well as collecting all of the unlockable characters. So by the end of this, we will have Supersonic for the final race, which will grant us the good ending.
And the extra level.
And the extra level, yes. And we'll get Eggman as well for having completed all the races. So whilst I'm gliding, you'll see I'm kind of like fidgeting back and forth a little bit. That I'm using the 2 drift buttons and just kind of alternating between them. I'm being careful not to hold both the drift buttons at the same time because that is the break. However, going between the 2 gets you a little more speed while in the air. So managed to get our second cutscene skip there. That's really good. Hopefully we're going to be 4 for 4 today. And we're going to be coming up on our 3rd race, which is Regal Ruins.
Into the ruins now.
If you can't tell already, all of the levels are just the letter R. Or for the first letter, then yeah.
Yeah.
Can we get in a couple of quick donations?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. We have received $5 from Huds601. Can you feel the sunshine? Of course not. We're in Scotland.
Yeah, fair.
I like that one.
Fair.
And then also $20 from Zero Kieran. That pesky ketchup mechanic. That's what you said, right? Thank you very much indeed for those wonderful donations.
Ooh. So not quite getting the jump there, unfortunately.
Well, missed that. Try to cut that corner a little too tight. This is another one of those levels which is pretty large. There's a lot of places we're going to need to adventure.
Yeah, we want to get those Sonic coins as quickly as possible. Ideally, round on the first lap here, and you get these boosters. Don't want to take them because we do need these rings for the Chaos Emeralds. Is it 70 or is it 100 on this one?
That's a good question.
Ah, well, I'll find out soon then. I can't remember that myself either.
So we want to be avoiding the boosters that seems kind of not sensible at first. The primary reason for that is the boosters will consume all of our rings, and as we need our rings to unlock the various gates in the level, to unlock the emeralds, if we go over a booster when we do not mean to, that means we would be very low in rings. So I believe it's about 70 we need. It's a 50 gate coming up here, and then
20 gate.
yeah. So this opens up. It actually becomes not solid the moment you go through the gate, but we can just not wait for the animation. We're just going to run up here for the spring, our last Sonic token, and then just one gate just here.
Yes,
once again, similarly, we are just going to be
Emerald!
picking up our last emerald there, going through the last loop. Look at him go. Shoutouts to all the people here who've been showing Knuckles so much love over the last few days of UKSG. It's been really fun to see so much red. And we're coming up to Egg Robo. So Egg Robo, he's got a mechanic similar to Eggman where he fires missiles. Hopefully he doesn't hit us. He only really does that in the last lap. This is a really short race for the most part. We're just going to be taking the tight lines around here.
Especially with that shortcut you're taking at the end there as well. Just Knuckles gliding right around that last corner where the booster is. You can take a lovely little shortcut there.
Yeah, I should mention that that shortcut is a little more difficult than it does look initially. If you see on the ground, there is just as I'm coming around here, there's a set of pillars just to my right. In fact, I just decided to show them off. There you are. There's an invisible wall there. Yeah, if there's anything you'd like to read whilst we're going around these last two laps, please go ahead.
Yes,
The
no
next
problem.
two are going to be pretty busy races.
Yep, that's no problem at all. Okay. Just to remind you why we're here, we are raising money to support Crisis, who are a charity supporting people out of homelessness for good. And they achieve this through education, training and support with housing, employment and health. 90% of your donations will go towards supporting Crisis and 10% will go towards UKSG's future events. Remember, folks, that coming up after this is Sonic Mania with Liam, and then we're going to unleash Triple Trouble with Arg and Huds. And remember that you can control the two-player, one-controller run. Any donation, $5 or more, and I'll say swap, and they will swap. It's going to be Triple Trouble Chaos. That's coming up very shortly after the Sonic Mania and the end of this run. Okay, back to you, Mike.
Yeah, we've got a lot of really exciting Sonic runs coming up here. We are not choosing Knuckles. That is just muscle memory.
We are
just smashing away. We are switching to Metal Sonic, because Metal Sonic is fast for a Reactive Factory. So similar going along here, but this is one of the only levels where it's really tight to be able to collect everything. So I'm just going to be really careful with where we're going here. Arg, if I could leave.
Of course, yeah.
So
as you can see on the map there as well, you can see the white racing line, you've got the yellow shortcuts that you can take, and then you've got the grey lines as well. Reactive Factory here has all our coins and the emeralds all just strewn about the place here. So you're going to go up onto this spring area. This is just so you can get the first coin and then keep going through. We're really tight on the ring route as well. That would be nice if that was higher than a 5 there, because 1 emerald is in that area, but we can't activate that yet. So we're going to jump around. The other emerald is on the sub over there. So we are mainly aiming right now to go grab as many rings as we can while going out of our way to get some of the Sonic coins, because basically all 3 routes in this area have to be taken to go grab them. And there's no point in trying to get them all in one lap and double back. It just doesn't work out in terms of speed. So we're going around here. We have got 3 of 5. We're at 36 rings right now, going up and getting them as high as we can. We are in second, but here's Knuckles, so we're just going to overtake him. But now we're going to take a different route here. We're going to go up over to the sub. Then we're going to just jump up and round. And then we're going to go on to the middle track here, and then run our way around. So you can see just on the left there, that is the passageway we came out of on the first lap. Thankfully, we don't need to see that. This is going to go and activate the emerald here. We do have to wait for the emerald to drop down from this part, but Mike is going to land right on there. Doesn't quite get the jump. So we're going to have to do the super slow turnaround and then go and grab that emerald there. But we're going to just leg it over the area. We still need 50 more rings, because we're going to have to get the last one on the final lap here. We're going to have to go out of that area, round to where the yellow sub is. So we're going to get a nice little shortcut up here, round and through. Still in first place, so we're still okay. But we are 1 coin and 1 emerald still short that we need to grab on this one. So we're going to turn right around this area once again.
I'm a little nervous after having to turn around for that emerald, so we'll see how this goes. It's going to be close.
We're just going to go right around, right and right through. And we're going to avoid the booster. We need to go on the outside here. So that wall is actually not terrible, because we need to activate this. Same problem again. The emerald's going to pop out the sub, and we need to jump and grab that one. Playing it safe, just going to grab it there. There we go. We got 1 more coin we need to get, though. Otherwise, we don't unlock the secret race. So we need to go round on the outside here. We need to go and grab it. It is going to be tight around up this top part. Round into the door.
Oh, no, that's probably lost it.
Nope, we believe, Mike. Oh. Going around, we're still in first, we're still in, let go. Knuckles is right there, doing it in before the lock.
Thank you for believing in me.
And now we get the Metal Knuckles.
It wouldn't be a Sonic R race without Knuckles. So
well,
here he is, Mecha Knuckles.
Oh no.
So this is going to be our last character that we're unlocking here, as this game only had the 4 initial races, aside from the grand finale, which you unlock by completing the 4 main ones. So we're just kind of doing a bit of a victory lap here. Mecha Knuckles has no clue where he's going.
No.
So we're going to be keeping an eye on our ring counts here. Ideally, we want to be going over the boost pads with 50 rings. So we're just going to be collecting as many rings as we can be. A few of these platforms, like you can see here, we don't necessarily need to jump to get up on. If you just walk into it, Metal Sonic will just levitate onto it, which is quite convenient.
Oops, caught the corner there. The ring count is very nice, though. It's looking like we should be able to get the double boost, get the boost on the 2nd lap and the 3rd lap. Boink. There we go, 50 rings.
At the end of the day, although this is a Sonic R run, this is still playing Sonic R.
I mean,
it's still a challenge in itself.
It's definitely, like, Mike is making this look easy. The controls are very slidey, they're very slippery. And that's not just because you're playing on snow. You can play on clear weather, and it's still as slidey, and you're like, okay, how do you control this?
Yeah, so as Ark mentioned, we have more than plenty of rings for the booster on the final lap.
Booster! And again, if you have a lower amount of rings there, the booster just doesn't take you as far, it just stops early. And if you're not prepared for that, sometimes it can leave you in a bit of a tiz. But there we go. 3 laps done.
And I missed the cutscene skip at the end there. So we're 3 for 4. That's fine, this game isn't even measured by RTA anyway, it doesn't matter.
You got 2 Chaos Emeralds.
So, in traditional Sonic fashion, we have obtained the shiny things. And the shiny things will allow all of you to gather your piece of paper
if you could gather
for our grand finale.
Please turn to page 1 of 1 on the lyrics there.
We're going to sing hymn number 1.
Yeah, we're singing hymn number 1 from Sonic album R.
So I mean, you guys are apparently going to have a lot of fun. This was not planned.
No, we were just given this.
I'm
so.
going to be using boosters, collecting rings, only using the first shortcut. You guys have fun, jam out. I'll just play the game.
Sweet. Run away. You don't have to stay. We're nearly out of time. But you're doing fine. So stay on track. And don't look back. Just feel the race. Come on now, race! Everybody's supersonic racing. Try to keep your feet right on the ground. Everybody's supersonic racing. There's no time to look around. I need to breathe. Supersonic racing. Running to the point of no return. Everybody's supersonic racing. Come on, let the fires burn. Oh, he's gone. Everybody, everybody. Everybody, 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 everybody.
Just to say, this has been a really good Radiant Emerald.
It's been really good, yeah. It's the power of the song, I tell you. Time is coming.
Oh
up
yeah,
at the end of
time's
this
coming
lap,
up in
by
like
the
5
way.
seconds.
Yeah.
Time.
Hey!
I just want to say thank you, everyone. That was a magical experience. I will never play Radiant Emerald like that ever again. Thank you so much, Arg, for joining me on this. Thank you, guys, for having me play this silly game again. It is always a pleasure. It is so much fun. Yeah. Stick around. More runs. Thanks, guys. This has been a great one. And yeah, I'll be back in like 3 hours time for Pokemon.
Yay!
So yeah, thank you everyone, and I'll pass it back over to the host.
Thank you very much indeed, Mike Kanagik, for a fantastic run there. And what about that song? Wasn't that amazing? Thank you very much. With one quick donation here, $20 from Friesen85. Sunshine? What's that? Anyway, thank you very much indeed. We're going to be moving on. We have coming up next Sonic Mania with Liam. So we're going to go straight to an intermission and we will be back after that. Stay tuned.